This is Average Joe PT, and on last episode, we talked specifically about the sciatic nerve, how to floss it, and the different exercises that you can do to help those symptoms. So I'm going to leave a link up there for that one. Hopefully you'll watch it after you watch this episode. This episode is going to talk about two main muscle groups that you need to be doing at home to reduce your lower back pain with activities. So stay tuned. Lower back pain is absolutely just crushing people every day. Costs thousands and thousands of dollars. There's two main muscle groups that you need to be focusing on to reduce your lower back pain. Now, you could have back pain from a lot of different reasons. You could be having it from a disc herniation. You could be having it from facet joint arthritis. You could be having it from degenerative disc, to where that disc just flattens out and absolutely gets worse. It could be coming from something as simple as just a muscle strain. So there's a lot of different reasons why you'd want to focus on these two muscle groups with some basic exercises that you can do at home with something as simple as a soup can and something as simple as some rubber bands. So let's look at exercise number one once we talk about multifidus. That's right, multifidus, that is that muscle group number one that really causes a lot of problems with lower back issues because it starts to shrink. You can actually get fatty tissue in that, and it just compounds the lower back issue. And then muscle group number two that people don't think about is the latissimus dorsi, or the lat muscle, because that muscle comes all the way down and attaches to the thoracolumbar fascia and helps tighten that up like a net every time we activate that muscle group, and helps to stabilize the lower part of the spine, as well as that multifidus muscle that runs the entire length of the spine, literally from your tailbone all the way to your head, and it's the largest down at that lower part of your back. So that's the two muscle groups, multifidus, okay, and the latissimus dorsi. Think of that, multifidus and latissimus dorsi. When you think of lower back pain, don't think about abdominal strengthening. Think about those two muscle groups. Now, I always say, make sure if you're having initial pain, you do the three things that I talk about all the time. What are they? Ice, anti-inflammatories, and resting for the first 72 hours. So after you've done all that, then you're going to want to go into these several strengthening exercises to work on these two muscle groups at the exact same time. So when we look at exercise number one, you want to just take some soup cans, and you want to make sure when you're doing this that you're leaning over and having a nice flat back. When you raise both your arms up, make sure your thumbs are pointing towards the ceiling or towards the sky, and then come back down. You want to do 10 to 15 reps of that, really keeping that back nice and straight, that thoracic spine nice and straight, pausing for a second, then coming back down. And the next one you want to do is you can do it with a rubber band. You can go ahead and attach it around the door with a knot, and you can just pull it right down and work on those lats, those downward rows. Really simple to do. Or you can do it with the soup cans. Literally do the exact same thing, pulling down the exact same motion to engage that multifidus and the latissimus dorsi at the exact same time. And then, of course, you can always do the pulls, to where literally you're just pulling the band apart and you're bringing it back together and making sure you keep those arms out straight. You keep the back nice and straight when you're doing those particular exercises. And you should be doing those 3 sets of 10 and then working your way up with that. Now, you can start out with something small can and then work your way up to a larger can. So those are the various exercises you can do to strengthen the latissimus dorsi and the multifidus muscle group. Hopefully you guys like this episode. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and hopefully you'll subscribe. You'll hit the ring the bell, so every time I bring a new video, you guys can come out and see the actual video. If you have any questions, leave me a DM down below. I'll get back to you. But until next time, Scully and I always like to say, look up and keep smiling. See you next time, folks.